Went down to the Greenville Park near the baseball diamonds where the stream is and collected some algae, some plants, and a few small living things that I found there. Now I have 3 different cameras for the microscope, and I'd like to see which one gives the best video for live samples, whether that be the critters living in algae or even smaller bacteria. I'm very excited for this water sample because these algae are a species different than the pond near my backyard. This species has spiral chlorophyll inside. You can just see with 10 times the little spirals in the algae. So I can't wait to turn it up to a higher magnification and really see the difference. There's about 3, maybe more, different ways that the chlorophyll can be arranged, and the spirals are the most fun to see, and I think they're the most common. So not only can I see one side of the spiral, then by refocusing the other side of the spiral on the other side of this algae filament, there's one side, there's the other side, and the chlorophyll that are green spiral around like that. Not only can I see that, but if you look carefully, you can see some little glimmering something or another inside of them. So I'll have to do some reading to figure out what that is inside. Some sort of organelles in the algae. But here you can clearly see by refocusing one side of the spiral and the other side. Whoop! And there goes a ciliate flying by. Swimming by, rather. I've gotten lucky in this shot and found 2 different species of algae overlapping each other. So in the front of the shot here, you see one species of algae with just a continuous green color all along it. You can see a division in the middle there between 2 of the algae cells, I believe. And then in the background, you see some of the spiral species. I think they're called Spirogia or something, but that's great. I have in the same shot the spiral species and the continuous species. I'll have to look up the real name for them, but that's what I'm going to call them because I'm just a beginner. I'm going to take a look at this algae filament using my 3 different camera methods. The first one here is my phone camera, held in place at the eyepiece with a plastic mount. Here I've got the focus to sharpen up the edge of the filament, and I'm going to change the focus through the middle of the filament to see these sparkling, well, sparkling just because of the light, they're not fluorescing on their own, these sparkling bits inside of the algae. So there's the outside, there's the inside, you can see the spiral chlorophyll in there. Switch over to the next camera. It is clear to me that the phone camera is definitely the best, so I'm going to be using that from now on. Just so that you know, the third one, the document camera, is really not suitable for pointing down into a microscope. The phone camera, of course, comes with the phone, very expensive, and I expect it to work quite well. I didn't expect it to outperform the dedicated microscope camera, which is a 3 megapixel entry-level microscope camera designed for this microscope. So I did not expect the phone camera to do so much better. But really the microscope camera only works with bright conditions. I prefer this method that you're seeing now, dark field, where you have a black background and you can see more of the smaller structures like bacteria, or in this case, whatever these things are that are flowing through the algae. So I prefer this method with low light conditions where the phone camera definitely outperforms everything.